So this is criminal case number E315 of 2026, Raphael Tuju.
Your Honor, my name is Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka.
Yes, Senior.
I'm appearing together with Honorable Eugene Omalo,
All right.
Senator Ann Manzo, Mr. Edward Onge,
Yes.
Mr. Ndengo Njiru.
Present, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good afternoon,
afternoon.
Mr. Njiru.
I think the weather is misleading. Right?
Yes.
Mr. Duncan Okach
Present, yeah.
and Mr. Lempa.
Good afternoon, Mr. Lempa. Ulitoka Thika. Uko hapa sasa. You appeared before me in Thika as an accused person. Today you're on the other side.
Oh,
Okay.
It's a beauty of practice. Yeah.
he appeared with me virtually yesterday, Your
Okay.
Honor, and I met him for the first time. I was very impressed.
Right. Okay. Yes.
On the state, I have the permission to introduce a quorum. We have Nora,
Present, Your Honor.
we have Miss Mwangi,
Present, Your Honor.
Mr. Witi,
So prosecution, that is Nora.
prosecution,
Yes, Miss Mwangi.
Mwangi, Mr. Witi,
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Mutune,
Yes, that is my able prosecutor, court one. Yes.
Mr. Ngetich,
Mr. Ngetich also. Yes.
and Mr. Mogere.
Present, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, I will invite Counsel Njiru.
I don't
To-
see the accused person.
That's right.
Okay.
That's precisely the issue.
Okay.
Precisely the issue. The accused person is not in court. We have information is in hospital as we
So
speak.
can I put that down
Yes.
or use somebody else?
He's now in hospital.
Okay. Yes.
And we spent the whole of the afternoon yesterday, Your Honor,
Yes.
trying to plead with the police at Karen Police Station who were strengthened in a very large way by officers from the DCI. In fact, the officers at Karen Police Station, I got the impression, were completely overwhelmed by the situation. And all we were saying was, as senior counsel, I witnessed firsthand an abduction taking place inside the police station. And I was ashamed that I, as a Kenyan, could witness what I saw yesterday outside Karen Police Station. And all we were trying to say, Your Honor,
Yes.
was Mr. Raphael Tuju
Yes.
has been a recovering patient following a terrible road accident. But I also must thank the officer in charge because he allowed doctors from Karen Hospital to come and examine him inside the police cell. And upon examination, Your Honor, and at this stage I need to mention, I think we're in sight of, we will have to, if necessary, make available the medical report. But what made me lose my cool, Your Honor, which I rarely do, was when the examining doctor said the sugar level was at 1.9.
Yes. Sorry.
And that basically meant Mr. Tuju, in fact, at some stage, she said, we've given you 5 minutes, we could lose him. We could lose him because of the very low sugar level.
Yes.
And all this arose because of the attack outside the police station. We had earlier on, Your Honor,
Sorry.
earlier on, we had visited the home of Mr. Raphael Tuju, former minister, to inquire about his whereabouts. And upon arrival, we found Mr. Tuju. And what he briefed us is in public domain. He clearly elaborated the circumstances that led to his disappearance. And then we had a press conference where he did the same. And thereafter, we tried to leave his compound.
You or he?
We were very many. I think Senator Manzo was with me.
So you're saying
Council
you
Giro.
all tried to leave his compound?
Sorry?
You all tried to leave, you're saying?
Yeah, we tried after we got the brief and we addressed the press.
Yes.
We felt it was in order for us to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember Senior Counsel Lumumba, Patrick Lumumba, Mheshimiwa Eugene Wamalwa, a former Attorney General, former Minister for Public Service, J.B. Muturi, among others. But at the entrance, when we are trying to exit Tuju's compound, we found police in heavy gear. Who could not even allow us to leave. It was actually a case of forced imprisonment. We couldn't leave. They wanted Mr. Tuju, but the rest of us are not even allowed to leave. So we negotiated and came and agreed that Mr. Tuju would enter my car because they wanted to arrest him and something like that. Put him in the famous Subarus because they were there. So we agreed that Mr. Tuju would get into my car and the gentleman who turned out to be the arresting officer sat by the co-driver's seat. I actually forget his name, Your Honor. I don't know whether any of my colleagues will remember. It was later on, it turned out to be the officer in charge of DCI at Lanata. But he assured us Mr. Tuju was not under arrest. And so we undertook to deliver him. At the Karen Police Station, which we did. But to our amazement, Your Honor, the scene at Karen Police Station became the real abduction scene. First of all, some of my colleagues, like Senior Counsel Patrick Lumumba, was not allowed in. There was a gentleman who looked very aggressive. I later learned his name was Mr. Kandie. I think he was the regional boss for DCI. And Mr. Mahmoud, so OSPD, absolutely aggressive, very, very good.
Yes.
So they tried to abduct Mr. Tuju, force him into the waiting Subaru, and he was all the time screaming, "Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me." Mr. Tuju is taller than I am, Your Honor. I could have fitted into the Subaru more easily. In the process, for a moment they left him in pain, consulted. We told them, if you had wanted us to deliver Mr. Tuju to DCI headquarters, we would have done the same, but we brought him to Karen. We don't understand the hullabaloo. And the process, they seriously hurt him, adding to the injuries that I referred to earlier on, Your Honor.
Yes.
And I know that Mr. Tuju has been under the care of Dr. Gikonyo of the Karen Hospital, who actually escorted him all the way to the UK. That time, President Uhuru Kenyatta was in office and he ordered his minister be evacuated. And that's how his life was saved. But he has been under care of Dr. Gikonyo.
Yes.
I believe that is probably why he's not in court here, because this file was called out in his name. So I must thank the officer in charge of Karen Hospital, because we pleaded, say, how do you ask a doctor to examine a patient inside the police cell? It amounts to even arresting the doctor. But they were kind. There are no lights at that cell. Eventually, they said they could make available some lighting, and they allowed the doctors to stay overnight, making sure Mr. Tuju's life was preserved. Therefore, Your Honor, I stand here to say what we saw yesterday, should not happen in a democratic state. When we enacted Constitution 2010, we even changed the title of the police force from National Police Force to National Police Service. What we saw yesterday was real force, brute force, abducting a Kenyan citizen because he has served senior levels.
Yes.
And then, because of that, Your Honor, we invite you, in the absence of Mr. Tuju, not to proceed in any manner with this unfortunate prosecution.